Hi, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how to make a 4th of July or Independence Day fruit tart, which looks like the American flag. It's a sweet, buttery crust filled with pastry cream or custard and topped with blueberries, strawberries, and bananas, and decorated with whipped cream, perfect for the 4th of July. So let's get started. First we'll make the pastry cream since it needs time to cool. In a small saucepan, add in the sugar, cornstarch, and salt. Whisk them until they're combined. Then add in the eggs and a little bit of the whole milk or half and half. Whisk them until they're well combined. This just gets rid of lumps. Then add in the rest of the milk, or half and half. Whisk to combine. Then place it onto the stove over medium heat and heat it until it comes to a boil, whisking it occasionally at first to prevent lumps and so it's heating evenly. Once it's really heating up and you see it starting to steam, whisk it constantly until it boils and becomes thick. You can stop whisking it just for a second to see if it's bubbling and boiling. Once it's boiling, keep whisking it constantly over the heat for another minute or two to really cook out the cornstarch so it doesn't have a floury taste to it. Then remove it from the heat. Add in the butter and vanilla extract, and mix them in until combined and the butter has melted into the mixture. Pour it into a separate small bowl. Cover it in plastic wrap, letting it touch the surface of the pastry cream so it doesn't form a skin on top. And refrigerate it for a few hours until it's cold. To make the tart crust, in a large bowl, add in the flour, powdered sugar, and salt. Mix them until combined. Then cut the butter into small cubes. Add it into the mixture. And use your fingers to rub and squeeze the butter into the flour mixture until it's combined and crumbly and about the texture of cornmeal. If the mixture is still quite cold, you can proceed with the recipe. If not, place the mixture into the fridge for about 15 minutes to let it chill. You want it to stay cold. Then add in the egg yolk and ice-cold water. Start with 1 tablespoon. Mix it with a spoon at first. Then use your hands to bring it together into a dough. If the mixture is too dry, add in more water 1 teaspoon at a time until it forms a dough. Grease a 9-inch tart pan or a pie pan with softened butter. Press the dough all over the inside of the pan until it's all covered, trying to make the thickness even. Then place it into the freezer for 15 minutes to let it get nice and cold again. If the crust isn't cold, it might shrink when it bakes. Meanwhile, preheat the oven to 425 degrees. Remove the chilled crust from the freezer. Use a fork to poke a bunch of holes into the crust so you don't end up with a ton of air bubbles in the crust. Then we're going to blind bake the crust so it doesn't puff up as it bakes. To do that, grease a sheet of aluminum foil. Place it on top of the crust, greased sides down. And weigh it down with something heavy, such as dried beans or rice. This is so the crust doesn't puff up in the oven. Then bake it in the oven for 12 minutes. Then remove it from the oven. Turn the oven temperature down to 350 degrees. Remove the beans or rice and the aluminum foil. You can set these beans aside to cool and store them in a plastic bag and use them again whenever you would like to blind bake a crust. Then place the crust back into the oven and bake it for another 10 to 15 minutes until the crust is golden brown. Remove it from the oven and set it aside to cool. Once it's cooled, brush it with some melted white chocolate. This adds a barrier so the pastry cream doesn't make the crust soft. It will stay nice and crunchy. Remove the crust from the pan and place it onto your serving plate. Pour in the cold pastry cream and spread it out evenly. Then wash some strawberries. Pat them dry. Cut off the green part. And cut them into thin slices. Then cut some bananas into thin slices. And to stop them from browning too quickly, take a bowl of cold water. Squeeze in some lemon juice. And add the sliced bananas into it. Separate the slices so all the sides are touching the water. Then wash some blueberries and pat them dry. Cover 1/4 of the tarts with the blueberries on the top left side for the blue part of the American flag. Then add the strawberries and bananas for the red and white stripes of the flag, letting the slices overlap so you get as much fruit as possible on this tart. Then to make whipped cream, add some heavy cream into a bowl and add some powdered sugar and vanilla extract. And whip them with an electric mixer until it forms stiff peaks. Try not to over-whip it. Then place the whipped cream into a piping bag fitted with a star piping tip. Then pipe stars onto the blue part of the flag. And for a nice finishing touch, pipe a border around the edges of the tart. And you can serve it whenever you like. And that's how to make an American flag fruit tart. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, give this video a like and check out my channel for many more videos and subscribe to my channel for more to come. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.